Hey guys, welcome to Kernow EDC. This is my first YouTube video review. This particular review will be on the Viperade VE3 model, which is an EDC everyday carry pouch organiser. It's a wonderful product which I acquired off of Amazon. I paid £22.99 UK for this particular pouch, the VE3. The VE3 has these two pockets. Some of the earlier models seem to have 3 pockets, which are one's bigger and they've usually got like a couple of narrower ones to the side. I kind of went for this one, and I think the reason the VE3 has changed is because I think this is probably a bit more versatile, because the other two side bits seem to be sort of spaces for pens or flashlights, but not particularly wide at all. Whereas I figured at least if I had 2 larger pockets, I could do things like this and slide a pen down the side or whatever, but still have plenty of space for putting bigger tools. So initial impressions of this pouch. It's great build quality. Those of you in the EDC community will be aware of sort of companies like Maxpedition, and though their pouches are sort of great, I don't actually own one, but from what I've viewed online on places like Amazon, is like the build quality doesn't look great, to the point where it's almost questionable about how ethical the company might actually be. I think possibly the Maxpedition products are maybe made in Taiwan. And yeah, like the stitching looks a bit questionable, like it could even possibly have been stitched by a child. Whereas this, it does look like it's probably slightly more ethically built. The stitching is far more superior from the pictures I've seen online of both products. But yeah, this is really great. It's got a little zip pouch on the back. There's a little leather patch down here, which again is just really neatly stitched. The material quality is great. It's a good quality zipper on the back. I'll get into what's in that in a minute. This colour is grey. I'd say it's sort of like a sort of navy battleship grey. Sort of has a bit of a blue sort of look to it, though on Amazon it's classed as grey. There's a number of other colours. They have a black camo version, a green version, which is sort of a military drab green, I guess you'd say, and then there's a khaki sort of desert sort of coloured pouch as well. I'll get into the dimensions shortly. The dimensions that it gives on Amazon, I do have them handy here. They're not, though they might be accurate when the pouch is empty. I've just measured this with all of the items in it, and it does seem to stretch out a bit. So on Amazon, it says that the overall height of this product is 4.3 inches. If I just grab my little ruler here, you can see it's a little bit closer to 6 inches. And then on the bottom, it says 3.7 inches on the Amazon link I'm currently looking at. This is getting sort of close to 4 when it's packed out, so maybe don't go purely by some of the Amazon measurements, because it does change once it's filled up. It does also have this 6-loop molly system, which can be super handy. In a minute, again, I'll show you a couple of variations of different layouts I've sort of tried out. This is just sort of a budget £1 pen that I got from a local resort, which you can slide a pen in here if you wish. You can also slide it up there. For the minute, I've got it just in this one, but if you wish to carry a pen, this is quite small, and obviously I've got a notepad up here can be quite handy to carry them on site or whatever, or a pencil if you're a carpenter. But the MOLLE system can have a number of other things. I've got this Rovivon Aurora A1X, which is a fantastic budget EDC torch. It's slightly larger than a AA battery, as you can see. Fantastic. It's self-charging. It's got a little USB-C port there to charge. It also comes with this little reversible clip which you can move around, swap sides. I've seen people clip these onto baseball caps so that you've got sort of a head torch, which is great. It's got you got to click twice to turn it on, so you can't accidentally turn it on in your pocket. So it's got 3 different light settings. This is a low setting, there's like a medium, and then there's a even brighter one. I can't remember the exact lumens on that, but there's plenty of reviews from various YouTubers. Check out John Gadget's review of this particular product. This is the Rovivon Aurora A1X. It's also got if you tap it 3 times, it's got like a blinker, which is good for emergencies. If you're like, say, out at sea, you're stranded or something, want to attract some attention, or if you're being attacked, you happen to click it 3 times, it can disorientate an attacker. Hopefully you wouldn't ever need to use that, but there we go. That's some of the features of the Rovivon Aurora A1X. So that clips on there nicely. I've also seen various people with these sorts of pouches, and they've got these sort of clip-on compasses, which can be handy. This one doesn't actually clip on, but I just grabbed it as an example. It looks kind of neat there and can be very handy if you're someone that goes out into the wilderness a fair bit for bushcraft or any kind of expeditions or the likes. So there's a few ideas for the MOLLE system, but overall it's just really solidly constructed. The whole product is really good. So a couple of the other things, obviously I've got the pen here, so I'm just trying to get used to viewing behind this camera. So here I've got a Gerber straight lace. This is about a £25 knife. It's got a nice sturdy clip. I can't even get it out. 1 second. Yeah, this is the Gerber straight lace. Those of you in the UK, it's a 3-inch blade, so a non-locking, so it is a UK legal carry. Always good if you've actually got a purpose for carrying these, because obviously you kind of need that in the UK. Also, this I think is adaptable because I'm a left-handed. I'm going to swap this clip over to this side, which I think you can do by the looks of things. So that's a handy little fit in that slightly smaller pocket. There's a number of other things which I'll show you, sort of variations of layout here. Obviously we've got the Rovivon Aurora and the little pen. In here I've got a Write in the Rain notebook. I'm sure a lot of you EDC guys and gals are familiar with this fantastic product. It allows you to write in the rain without the pages getting wet. The water will just run off of these. Fantastic. There's budget ones on Amazon. I think you can get like 6 packs of sort of cheaper ones, because these can be about £8 each here in the UK. You might also want to look into getting like an airpress pen if you are out in the rain a lot, because you obviously, if you've gone to this length, you probably want a reliable airpress pen that will work in the rain as well, or wet conditions. So that's the Write in the Rain. If you're wondering about phones, this is similar to the phone, well, exactly the same as the phone I'm using to record this video. This is an iPhone SE, which fits in here pretty easily. Even with a couple of tools in, there's still space. It's pretty wide in here and tools, so I imagine you can probably get larger models in. Check the measurements on Amazon. So if you wish to put your phone in there, you can, as well as notebooks or any other things for that matter. You can even obviously put any other tools up here. Obviously the more sort of bulk you have, the less you'll probably be able to fit into these ones. That's always something to consider. Another thing is that when these are both in, this does kind of sort of buckle out a little bit. It doesn't seem to bother me really. It's just one of those things that has to happen because you're trying to squeeze a lot into these pouches. They have a fair bit of give in them. Pretty generous when it comes to the spacing, but it doesn't take long when you pack it out to really fill it up. In here I have a Leatherman Wave. This was a gift from my dad many years ago, probably about 13 years ago. It's held up so well. Really reliable. I got this in Canada where my dad lives. It's a 3-inch blade, but it's locking, so it's not necessarily like a UK legal carry because the blade locks. I tend to only take this out for bushcraft or leave it in my car. It's not really something I carry in person. Either way, it fits in here perfectly in this larger pouch. Whether it will fit in this one, I doubt it. No, it's a little bit tight. So this is more of a multi-tool side. I guess you could probably get a Swiss Army knife in there, say a Huntsman, if you have a larger knife that you wish to put here, or any other tools, utility knives. So that's those. And then on the top here, there are two, I guess, sort of paracord, you'd say, loops. That's the zip sticking out. These are great. You can fasten, obviously I've got this Night Eyes S Beaner, which to me it's just kind of a handy, if I put this in my bag I can use it as a handle to pull it out or grab that, but if you've got a deep bag it's handy to have sort of an added handle. It's just handy to carry some kind of carabiner in most of my sort of various EDC things in cars, and my general carry I always have some kind of small carabiner because they're so handy and versatile. So that's currently what I've got on here, but you could potentially add a big strap if you want to use this, sling it around your shoulder at work, or you can attach it to a belt, or I've seen people sort of attach paracords and make little paracord handles as well. The possibilities are endless with that really. So I'll take the S Beaner off a minute. That's another thing. Flipping it over, we obviously have this pouch on the back. Now initially I put some coins in this, which I thought it's sort of handy to have some coins. I've since sort of taken them out. I did find some of the smaller coins. I sort of zipped it open this way for the coins to fall in to this section, so it was easy to get them out rather than trying to fish them out this side. And what I found was some of the smaller, if you're familiar with a UK 5p piece, they're pretty small, and I find they sort of got stuck down by the zipper down here on the inside. So I've since sort of taken them out. But there's obviously so many different things you can get in here. What I'd suggest is when it's fully packed out to actually put smaller items in here, because the more it is packed out, if you're wanting quick access, it can be quite difficult to sort of fish these things out. So looking inside here, we've got sort of a waterproof lining, which is a lovely touch. And I've got a number of various things. The first one being a £10 note. Obviously, depending on which country you're in, if you feel like sticking a note in, it's obviously lighter weight and takes up less space than coins and stuff. But quite often with this, I'll take it in a day out bag. In sort of urban environments, I might go out in my car and stick it in the glove compartment, and then you can also stick it in like a jacket pocket or whatever. So depending on that, say it was in my car and I broke down, I wanted to go to a petrol or gas station, I would have £10 that I could take this, walk and pick up some fuel and come back. Always handy just to have cash these days. You never know if a machine's down, you can't pay with Apple Pay or any other kind of thing. Cash can be handy. So there's £10. I have a couple of just standard lemon scented wet wipes. I'm a dad. Those of you parents out there will know that even if you don't need these things for yourself, if you're out and about with a sort of youngest child, it's so handy to have these things if you go out for a meal and they get a bit messy, or just generally if you do a bit of work on your car and you get oily fingers, you know, you've just put some air in the tyres, you've got dirty fingers. handy just to have a quick clean up. Then I have a strip of just a standard fabric plaster, with the thought that if I needed to cut it down to size, I have the scissors in my Leatherman that are fairly reliable. They could cut a small strip. And then I also have a alcohol prep wipe, prep pad, as it says here. So if you do get a wound, obviously you're carrying knives and stuff, the likelihood of you accidentally catching yourself when you're closing your knife or something, there's always that possibility. So this could clean you up, and then you got your plaster for fixing yourself if you're at work. It's very handy. And then I have 2 500ml paracetamol capsule tablets, which again can be very handy if you've got a headache, or if you're in pain, or if you're with someone that needs them, then you got them. So I think that just about does it for the contents of the back of this pouch. This is it as is. Let me just, I've got some notes here to check I've got everything covered. Rear pocket, yes. Again, build quality is superb. As you can see, the stitching is great. I have noticed I've kind of got this sort of come loose a little bit here. I guess probably because I'm sliding this in or out, and the clips maybe kind of pulled the edges a bit. I'm not too bothered because this is such sturdy, good quality material, even though it's come a bit loose. If you're in a work environment, this thing's probably going to get a bit dirty anyway. I'm going to be taking this out to the woods some days with my daughter or whatever in my bug out bag. So, you know, I'm not madly precious, and for £22.99 on Amazon, I really don't think you can go wrong. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. I'd love to make some more of these videos. I've really enjoyed this. Hope you have too. Good luck in your EDC venture. Hope you get yourselves one of these. It's just a really great pouch. So shout out to Viperade for making such great products. I will say this is by no means sponsored. I've done this purely off my own back. I plan to make plenty more EDC based reviews, so they haven't sent this to me. I purchased this myself. I just like well-made products, and when I like these products, I want to shout about them to my friends and to other people that I think might get good use out of them. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.